Right. Hamotama Suba Samdhavak. Good evening, everyone. Really sorry that I couldn't join last time because I had to attend a program there at Charana TV. Charana TV එකේ program එකට හවස යන්න වුණා. ඒක නිසා මේ recordings වලට so මට lecture එක කරන්න බැරි වුණා පුතා. ඒ university සම්බන්ධ research and development ඔයාලත් ඉස්සරහට ඔයාලට කරන් තියෙන university එකේ සාකච්ඡා කරලත් ඇති මේ වෙද්දි සමහර විට so we have to have keen interest on doing researches and how it affects development. එක ගැන තමා චරණ එකේ program එකට අපි join වුණේ. ඉස්සරහට telecast I'll tell you right. Okay. අපි ගිය සතියේ කතා කරා මේ I'm sorry වෙනුවට use කරන්න පුළුවන් phrases ටිකක් සහ ඊට පස්සේ තව alternatives කීපයක් කතා කරා. එක කතා කරලා අද අපේ prior මේක spoken then තව සතියක් වගේ අපි කතා කළා. ඊට පස්සේ more towards writing will be going deeper, especially to grammar side. So we'll talk on that as well. අපි අද කවින්ත අපිට පුළුවන් නම් presentation එක open කරන්න මේ කලින් සතියේ කතා කරපු ටික සහ ඒ බැරි වෙච්ච phrases 15 ලස්සනට study කරමු. මම දන්නේ තව students ලා 3 දෙනායි join වෙලා තියෙන්නේ, so they'll be joining soon. Right. Okay. We can go ahead with the presentation. Can you yes. Right. So last week we discussed about, next slide please. Right. Without saying I'm sorry, I was telling you how to say I'm busy. Mama chutta the English will switch because to give you a good experience of using the language, right? I must speak in English. ඔයාලට මම English diploma එකේදී සිංහලෙන්ම කතා කරොත් පුතාලගේ exposure එක අඩු වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා you also have to use English as much as possible because මම ඔයාලට පළවෙනිම දවසේ කිව්වා ඔයාලා කොච්චර වැඩිපුරද English language එක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ කොච්චර අලුත් වචන ඉගෙන ගන්නවද ඒකට proportionally you'll be developing your language skills, right? So last time we discussed about 15 smart phrases instead of I'm busy, and today we'll be learning 15 smart phrases to be used in daily conversations, right? So we'll have a rapid revision on I'm busy thing, right? Pilanga slide එකට යමු කවින්ත. Right. So instead of I'm busy, you could have said I'm all booked up, or I'm all booked up today, but I could fit you in on Monday. Right? Mama ada mama goda කාර්ය බහුල නම්, right? මම අද ගොඩ වැඩ කරනවා නම්, right? මම මගේ වැඩ වැඩි නම්, so you can simply say I'm all booked up today. I could fit you in on Monday, right? So I can work with you on Monday, or else I can give you a support on Monday, right? The next one, I'm swamped. This is not pronounced as swamped. D akura pronounced na puta. Swamped කියලා pronounce කරන්න. Swamped කියලා කියන්නේ I don't have any time myself. So ඒ නිසා මම වැඩත් එක්කම ගිලිලා ඉන්නවා නම් swamped කියලා කියන්නේ ගිලිලා මිරිකිලා වගේ ඉන්නවා කියන එක. Then you have to pronounce as swamped. T sound එක තමයි swamped. So I have been so swamped with work. The next one, it says I've got a lot to do, right? මට ගොඩක් කරන්න තියෙනවා, so I need a crack on, right? I need a break, or I need some sort of a thing. I have used this term, a crack on. I've got a lot to do. Crack on means some sort of a interval or a leisure time, or some sort of a free time, right? I need a crack on. So it says I've got a lot to do, right? Then we discuss I've got a lot going on, right? I've got a lot going on. I've got a lot going on. Let me change. Give me 1 minute. right? So the first one, it says, I've got a lot going on. So it says, don't call her until Monday. She has a lot going on right now. එයාට කතා කරන්න එපා මේ වෙලාවේ. So it says, she is so busy. Then the next one, it says, Pata, I've got a lot on the go, right? තව මට වැඩ තියෙනවා නම්, so you can simply say, I've got so much on the go right now. I don't think I can cope up. Cope කියලා කියන්නේ අපි අර දේවල් balance කරගන්නවට, දේවල් සාමාන්‍ය manage කරගන්නවට. ඔයාලා හිතන්න university අය දන්නවා exam කාලෙට, so you'll be having functions also. උදේ exam එක, හවස function එක. function එක ඉවර කරලා එන්නේ මහරෑ. function series එකක් තියෙනවා. මොකක් හරි event එක night series එකක් තියෙනවා නා. ඊපස්සේ ආයෙ පහුවෙනිදා උදේට lectures. ආයෙ හවස function. ආයෙ lectures. Very difficult to cope up, or you cannot cope really with your academics, right? There you can say, I don't think I can cope with academics, right? Then next one, I've got a lot on my plate, right? ඒකේ අදහස මගේ කැම පෙට්ටි කැම පිඟානේ ගොඩක් තියෙනවා කියන එක නෙවෙයි. It says that I'm busy, right? It says I'm busy. In January, right? No, January. It's January, right? It's in January. I'll start my new position and I have lot on my plate. මගේ position එකත් එක්ක to tell that I'm busy, right? I'll have lot on my plate, right? You can simply say, if you're entering medical faculty, or if you are entering university, you can say, I'll be having, or I'll have a lot on my plate. Or else, if you visit one of your relatives' place at Aurudu season, right? I have lot on my plate because I have to answer several questions. මගේ මම ගියොත් මොනවද හම්බෙන්නේ? ඔයාලගේ ශාකසයට හම්බෙන දේවල් මොනවද? දැන් බඳින කාලේ හරි. බඳින්නේ නැද්ද? දැන් ළමයි කීයක් ඉන්නවද? Right? So such questions would come. For you guys, තාම ඉගෙන ගන්නවද? දැන් මොකද කරන්නේ? හරි? මැරි කරන්නේ නැද්ද? මැරි කරන්න ඉන්නේ කොයි කාලෙද? Such questions would come, right? And තාම ඉගෙන ගන්නවද? Likewise. So you'll be so busy with what do you call, with the questions, right? With the questions. Got it? So we can understand that. You can tell. Yeah. Okay. Then we'll move into the next one, Kavinta. Then I'm up to my ears. It says Will doesn't have any time to watch rugby, right? He will not, or Will doesn't have any time to watch rugby. He's up to his ears with farm work. එයාට rugby බලන්න වෙලාවක් නැහැ. He's having several work. He's having several work, right? So you can simply say, he's up to his ears, right? He's up to his ears, right? Then it says, next one, I'm tied up. I'm tied up. I can't come over right now. I can't come over right now. I'm tied up, right? මට මේ වෙලාවෙ එන්න බෑ මොකද I'm really busy, right? මාව ගැට ගහලා තියනවා කියන එක නෙවෙයි, but it simply says that I'm tied up. The third one, it says, I can't take anything else on, right? I can't take anything else on. I would love to volunteer for your project, but I can't take anything on. මම කැමති voluntarily ඔයාලගේ project එකට support කරන්න, උදව් කරන්න, improve කරන්න, but at the end of the day, right? I can't take anything else on, right? මට තව වැඩිපුර මොකුත් ගන්න බෑ. ඇයි හේතුව? So I'm busy. You have to tell it. I'm busy. Okay. Shall we move into the next slide, Kavinta? Right. The next one, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I'm stressed in the sense, we can simply say, I'm stressed in the sense, when you are so busy with work, when you are so busy with work, you can simply say, I'm stressed, right? I'm stressed. It says, I'm really stressed right now. Could we rearrange for a quieter time? ටිකක් නිශ්ශබ්ද වෙලාවකට, so you can arrange the thing, rearrange the thing. Then busy as a beaver. Beaver කියන්නේ නිකන් අර මේ දඬුලෙන්නු ඉන්නේ වගේ, like it's mostly related to aquatic side, right? අර පැංචායකේ කවුද මේ චූටි කවුද පොඩ්ඩට හිටියේ such beaver, related with, especially with woods. This summer he has 2 internships. He's busy as a beaver, right? And the last one, it says to have one's hands full, right? Sorry, no more clients for me today. My hands are full. My hands are full, or it's there are, I mean, a lot on my plate, in the sense it's not that you're having several things. You can simply say, my hands are full for what? That you're busy, right? Next one. I'm snowed under, right? Where himing vahila නෙවෙයි, but you can simply say, this winter I've been snowed under. I haven't, or sorry, must be not I hasn't, it must be it hasn't, right? It hasn't. I told you that it must be changed, right? Then it says, Pita, my diary is full this month, right? My diary is full this month. I wonder if I could squeeze you in next month. Diary is full in the sense you're really busy, right? My diary is full. I wonder if I could squeeze you in next month, right? Squeeze in the sense you are using someone, or right? So you can get you someone, right? The other one, I have other priorities. මට තව වැඩ තියෙනවා සහ there's something which I have to do, right? So I have other priorities at the moment, but I expect things to calm down next month, right? So I have other priorities, in the sense I'm busy, right? Shall we move into the next slide, Peter? Right. Okay, we'll move into the next slide. Right. Now the first one, it says the first smart phrase that you're going to use, no longer young. I'm now spring chicken, right? After taking the stairs, I realized I'm no spring chicken, right? Not kitchen, it's chicken. Spring chicken කියන්නේ තරුණ කෙනෙක් නෙමෙයි. No, in the sense I'm no spring chicken, not know that brand you are using, that super hazardous one, not that, right? ඔයා තවමත් තවදුරටත් young කෙනෙක් නෙවෙයි කියන එක, you can say I'm no spring chicken, not kitchen, it's chicken, right? So you can write this, right? You can write this, and we have 3 today, so you can send me some sentences via inbox, and you can express your ideas, right? Try to use some new get into new sentences. I'll check, right? After writing this, so I'll pull on the sentences මට එවන්න, right? Be active. Okay. You can give me some sentences with that, right? Since we have less number, we'll continue in a slow pace. So any sawal puluang එවන්නමට examples ඔය sentence එක ඒ කියන්නේ ඔය phrase එක use කරලා. Ah, good. Why most of the teenagers, as they are no longer sprint chickens? Right. Great, man. Great. Why most of the teenagers act as they are no longer spring chickens? Great, Tatsarani. Thank you. Can I have the other two as well, Puta? Can I have the sentences of IK? Uh, it says, uh, it says that old lady was chased by a dog. After a slight escape, she realized that she is no spring chicken. Right. Great. Huh? Great. So, can we have another one? Another. The other one's message. I mean, the sentence. What's the other one? TCL 1484. Sorry, 48495. If you can put that, it would be really great. So that light. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. So පුළුවන් නම් පුතත් හදලා එවන්න ඒක issue එකක් නැහැ. Right. Okay. හරි නේද? ඒතකොට මේක සරල අදහස තව දුරටත් තරුණ නැහැ වයසයි කියන එක. Right. Okay. අපි යමු කවින්ත next slide එකට. Right. To be wet behind the ears. Right. Wet behind the ears. In the sense, it says someone who is young and unexperienced or inexperienced. You can simply say, right, when you're attending a job, sometimes you are young there and you are inexperienced. It says, my assistant is a bit wet behind the ears, right? Is a bit wet behind the ears, right? A bit wet behind the ears in the sense, you can simply say he's young and inexperienced. He still has a lot to learn. He still has a lot to learn. So it says, my assistant is a bit wet behind the ears. He still has a lot to learn. ඒ කියන්නේ තරුණයි නම් අත්දැකීම් අඩුයි නම් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් wet behind the ears කියලා. right. කලින් එක වගේම එක අපි sentences වලට ඔයාලගේම 15කුත් හැදෙනවා. So you can send me your creative ones as well. අර TCL පුතත් අනිවාර්යෙන් එවන්න එම නම්බර් කරන් ඉන්න පුතා. right. Thank you. You can, having completed, you can send the sentences with that, right? Right. So, really well, Alta Yasiru Satsarani, then Sanjeevani Tushari, madam, Miss, you can send your, what do you call, examples, right? Teenagers are a bit wet behind, with went behind the ears because they are still immature. I'm somewhat afraid of speaking with the clients as I'm wet behind the ears. Great, right? Harima Adambara Buddha. So yeah, producing. You have got the point. It's really nice. Uh, then we can have the next slide, Kavinda. Mm. All right. When it says to get on in years, then it says to start to feel you're getting old or you start seeing signs of getting old, then why is it then to get in on years, right? It says Ryan is worried he is getting on in years after spotting more gray hair, right? After seeing more gray hair, worry he is getting on years, right? He is getting on years. Why is it ඔයාලට එතකොට ඔයාලට කියන්න පුළුවන්, right? Getting on years, right? You can copy down and prepare some examples.
Right. You can send me the sentences as well, Buddha, right? Practice to send. You have to practice it and send me, right?
Right. So we can. Okay. After yesterday's fall, the principal is frightened as he's getting all. After yesterday's fall, no, right? Yesterday's accident, or after you can say, Putha, like there are some ironical words you can use, right? Ironical කියන්න ඒක කියන්න නැතුව hidden කියන්න පුළුවන්. You can simply say after yesterday's incident, Yasiru. So that would be really good, better. Right? So without say that, you can simply say after yesterday's incident. So if you are not precisely knowing the term, you can use that. Can we have a sentence from Satsarni, if possible? And Walid also. Haripur, sorry. So it says to get in on ears in the sense අපි smart phrases 15 කතා කරන්න අද, right? එතකොට ඔයාලා 30ක් සම්පූර්ණයෙන් දැනගන්න, so you can use them. So to start to feel that you are getting old, or right, start feeling the signs of getting old, you call it uh, to get in on ears. කියන්නේ වයසට යනවා දැනෙද්දි හරි දැනෙනවා වගේ වෙද්දි අපි කියනවා to get in on ears කියලා. ඒක තමයි අපි දැන් කතා කරේ, right? Right. So we can move into the next slide, Kavinda. It bridges the generation gap, right? You know this term. Bridges the generation gap in the sense හැමෝටම පවුලේ සැමට බලන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් නිදිහන කැළඹෙයි කියන එක එහෙම පවුලේ සැමට නැරඹිය හැකි චිත්‍රපටයක් කියලා ලංකාවේ broadcast වෙන, but it's not that, right? So it doesn't bridge the generation gap, but it's something which is suitable for anyone, right? Pipi Kusuma Wadula Simimin, that Siri Parakum song will suit everyone. They can enjoy. Everyone can enjoy, but when it comes to others,
there are some offensive, plus the those songs won't be tolerated by people of all ages, right? Teachers launa, lecturers launa, there are some people with those conservative type ideas, so they don't like it, right? So the example එක තියෙනවා පුතා, this web series I saw the other day bridges the generation gap. Right, මේ web series එක නැත්නම් TV series එක bridges the generation gap. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ generation gap එක මේවා කරන පාලමක් වගේ. So it's nice. The whole family loves it. මුළු family එකම they love it. It's really great, right? So you can have it. You can write down and prepare some creative, come up with creative sentences, right? Okay. It says the novel series written by J.R.L. Tolkien bridges the generation gap by using miraculous contents. Right. It's really impressive. It's really nice, Yasiru. Thank you so much. Right. We'll have the next one. Kawin tapi ilang eකට yamu. Right. Bright young things. Right. Bright young things in the sense people who are young, enthusiastic, fashionable, and ambitious. Right. The people who are young, enthusiastic, fashionable, and ambitious. Right. Ambitious in the sense harima aramunaka focus karna kaya. Fashionable means very right, you know that. Enthusiastic mean harima udyogi matsa young. Young people full of energy with great plans for the future. So you can use that when you're having, right? So listening the ideas of bright young things all at the startup startup seminar ke bright young things lage ideas I would pass made me realize that the country is filled with talent, right? A creative ideas I would pass. I felt that the country is filled with talent, so you can have it clear. So yes. So bright young things can all wage young, enthusiastic, fashionable, and ambitious. Aramuna kerehi vada karana, so we call it ambitious. So such sort of people, right? You can jot down and prepare some. It's the Asiru only who's making, so you can. I mean, Walid and Tatsan can also contribute in, right? Okay, right.
always grateful for myself for being a young, bright young thing. Really nice, very creative. That's I'm really happy. All right. So yeah, Siri, you also can send an example.
Obviously, the thoughts and attitudes of the bright young things are future, right? It's also very creative. Thank you, Asu. Right. We can move into the next one. අපි යන් කවින් ඊළඟ slide එකට. In the prime of my life, right? ඔයාලගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ හොඳම වෙලාවේ දැන් මේ කාලේ තමයි ඔයාලගේ ලයිෆ් එක හොඳම කාලේ to get stabilized ස්ථාවර වෙන්න. Someone who is healthy, successful, content with life. ඒ කියන්නේ in prime of my life කියන ඔයාලා සෞඛ්‍ය සම්පන්නයි, successful කියන්නේ සාර්ථකයි, content with life. ජීවිතය ගැන හරි තෘප්තිමත්, ලද දෙයින් සතුටු වෙනවා. Right? Who is at the peak of their career, not career, it's career, right? Says, I just turned 35. I'm in the prime of my life. I always go to the gym after work, right? 35. Mama mage prime healthy successful එකේ ඉන්නේ. I always attend gym more. I always go to the gym after work. මම හැමදාම gym එකට යනවා වැඩ වලින් පස්සේ. So prime of my life, in the prime of my life. So you can quickly write down and prepare a sentence. Right. Okay. Well, no worries. Right. You can do it. Right. These days, I'm so cautious in avoiding the distractions in the prime of my life, especially girls. Right? It's really nice, huh? Very nice. Okay. I suppose the feeling in the prime of my life is okay. Great. Right. Okay. We'll move into the next slide, Kavinder. Twilight years. Right. Twilight years in the sense last years of someone's life. So അത് മരണമൊക്കെ ഗണമായി കഥ right. Okay. Twilight years කියන්නේ last years, right? Maria and Peter spend their twilight years traveling the world, right? Twilight years can ජීවිතය අවසානම වසර කිහිපය. Right. So you can quickly write and quickly give me some sentences. Thank you, Walid. My grandma spent her twilight years. Okay, great. So you can have your sentences quickly. Right. It says he'll be suffocated of what he has done in the twilight years. Yes, good. Right. Now next one. Mahinda Rajapaksa again. Right. To come of age, to reach maturity, and to have legal rights as adults. To come of age in the sense to have what do you call legal rights as adults. Now we have legal rights as adults, so to reach maturity, you call it to come of age. As soon as teenagers come of age, they rush to get a driving license. Come of age in the sense reaching maturity, right? So if you reach maturity, so you can simply say to come of age. To come of age. You can practice this, right? So quickly write down and give me some sentences, right? They get married, must be married, Puta. Me double. I must have to come of age in order to understand the ultimate truth. Yeah, it's true, Yaziro. Yes, you have to come of age. Okay, great. Shall we move into the next slide, Kavinta? A ripe old age. Who's very old, right? I was surprised to see them getting married at the ripe old age of 82. එහෙම marry කරන්න එහෙම හැබැයි ඉන්නවා කට්ටිය. Ripe old age mean very old, very old, around 60 plus, no, 60, 70, 80 plus, right? Ripe old age. So you can construct a sentence. Right. Okay. It says his mischievous acts are not yet over in a ripe old age like this. Okay. Right. Shall we move into the next slide, Peter? A tender age. A tender age mean a very young age. Sally first sang on stage at the tender age of 7. Very, very young age, very teenage age. So you can quickly write this within few minutes and prepare a sentence quickly. Right? We have only 5 and we'll be finishing quite early today, right? Right. So we can move into the next one. This is very easy. Right. Stop nitpicking. This is very nice. Nitpicking කියලා කියන්නේ giving attention to unnecessary details. Right? that ඕපදූප හොයනවා කියන්නේ. So you can use this, right? You'll be having several relatives, friends who are doing nitpicking. You can simply say, he's a kid. He'll learn with age. Stop nitpicking him all the time. Don't give him unnecessary pressure, right? So if you, it must be if, right? If you spend less time nitpicking, I'm sure you would get more work done. අනවශ්‍ය වැඩ කරන එක නැවැත්තුවොත්, right? මට හොඳට sorry sorry I'm sure that you'd get more work done. ඔයාලට පුළුවන් වෙයි තව වැඩ ටිකක් කරන්න. So nitpicking mean uh, paying attention to unnecessary details. So you can come up with creative sentences. මේකට ලස්සන creative sentences වලින් එන්න පුළුවන් වෙලාවරක් ලියාගෙන provide me, right? Practice those. It's very important. But self practice is the important practice. Right. Stop nitpicking. So I think you are still writing, so you can come up with nice sentences. Right. You can drop me. Right. Then we will move into the next one, Kavinta. Keep tabs on him. Right. Gossip website should have stop nitpicking. Okay. Good. Uh, to keep a watch on someone, to keep tabs on me him means, right, now I normally keep tabs on weak ones, right, to keep a track on do your work with a great concentration instead of nitpicking. Great. To keep a track of what something is doing, someone is doing, කවුරු හරි කරන දෙයක් පිළිබඳ track කරනවා, හරි බලනවා, keep tabs on it. It says all social media sites keep a tab on the user behavior, show relevant advertisement, right? All social media sites keep a tab on the user behavior and show, there must be and there, and show relevant advertisements. දැන් අපිට බාට දෙකක් ගන්න කියලා නිකන් හිතුවත් බාට දෙක විකුණන shops වල එනවා. ඊළඟට මොනහරි ගර්ල්ස්ගේ ෆෑනස් ක්‍රීම් ගන්න හිතුනොත් ඒවා අනිවාර්යෙන්ම දිගටම එනවා සුදු වෙන්න කියලා. හරි එහෙම එනවා, right? So that is what you call keeping tabbing on them, right? Okay, so you can write this quickly. Right. on the usage of social media කියලා ගන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ. Not in the using, so you can on the usage of social media ගන්න පුළුවන්, right? Usage, but it's correctly pronounced as usage, right? Okay. අපි කවින්ත ඊළඟ ස්ලයිඩ් එකට යමු පුතා. Don't get carried away. Don't be over enthusiastic. හරියට අර A level කාලේ පටන් ගත්ත මුල් කාලේ වගේ මෙඩිසින් මෙඩිකල් ෆැකල්ටි එක ළඟින් බෝඩිමක් හොයනවා, engineering faculty එක ගාවින් බෝඩිමක් හොයනවා. So it's okay to be more excited, over enthusiastic. ගොඩාක් උද්‍යෝගිමත්. And don't be over excited. ගොඩාක් කලබල වෙන්න එපා. So you can't be lucky every time with the lottery, right? So don't get carried away. You can't be lucky every time. හැමතිස්සෙම lottery එක ඇදීම කියලා ලොකුවට excitement උද්‍යෝගිමත් වෙන්න එපා, because you can't be lucky every time, right? හරි. lottery එක ඇදුනොත් නම් you can be over excited or over enthusiastic. You can get carried away, but yes, right. So you can have it. And it says don't get carried away, right? Okay, nice. Then the 14th one, Kavinta. You must be nappy. You have very little time, right? You have to come to the point. Nappy in the sense, come to the point. Nap කියලා කියන අපි කෙටින් ඉඳනේ පුතා. Short and sweet වගේ තමයි. So you must be nappy, not happy. It's nappy. To tell something to the point, right? You must be snappy, right? You must be nappy here. Just
run me through the main points. I have very little more, but before I head to the right, just run me through එකට යන්න කලින් මට limited time එකක් තියෙන, so it's very crucial, right? You must be nappy, right? Great, you can have it. Sudha, it must be snappy, not nappy. Yeah, really sorry. Nappy, not snappy. Not nappy. It must be snappy. Must be yes. Right? Okay. The last one is Sakurenno. No, last one. 15th one yang coming tabi. Tabi 15th one yang. You have to come out. You have to come to terms with it. Right? You have to accept the reality. Manohari dekha come to terms කියලා කියන්නේ පුතා. You have to accept it. She took time to come to terms with her husband's sudden death. Right? කවුරු හරි අපේ ජීවිතෙන් ගියාට පස්සේ we have to come out. We have to come out, right? We have to come into terms, right, Natang? We have to come to terms, right? Have to come to terms with it in the sense you have to accept the reality, right? Have to accept the reality, right? Have to accept the reality, right? uh, when you're accepting the reality, you can say come to terms with it, right? Right. So you can finally prepare some sentences for this to come to terms with it and understanding the reality. It's better all of us can able to able to come to terms in life is really great, right? Nice. Thank you, Sarani. So we'll end up the session today, Buddha. Right? Thank you for joining. So, although we were two or three today, but I continued the session because last time also we couldn't do it because I had a program. So like you have to work hard to develop your confidence. We'll work hard. If you have any issues, feel free to drop me a text via WhatsApp. And good night, my dear kids.